Updates on this 21st day of July 2022, a day that has seen Deputy President William Ruto agreeing to attend the 2022 presidential debate. One of the many stories we've lined up for you on TV47 News Updates this afternoon. Now, with that said, my name is Senatorial. I trust you're doing well. Welcome to the broadcast. Now, on to our top story this afternoon. Deputy President William Ruto, through his campaign secretariat, has confirmed that he will attend the 2022 presidential debate slated for Tuesday, the 26th, at the Catholic University of East Africa. The Deputy President had earlier indicated that he would not attend the debate jointly organized by media houses over claims of biasness in coverage. Earlier, his running mate Igathe attended the debate, ironing out issues with Karua of Azimio la Umoja. Meanwhile, Turkana Governor Josphat Nanok has weighed in on the current standoff between Kenya Kwanza and Azimio over the venue for the last rallies. Nanok says the move by the stadium management is discriminatory. Take a look.
Yourself focus elsewhere. Kenya is big.
Indeed, we received a cancellation letter, but that is a breach of contract because that cancellation letter has been done under duress, and we will want the ministry responsible elsewhere because we beat them at this, and we are prepared to do that particular rally, just like you've been told that we floored them during the running mate debate, and we will do the same again in the main presidential debate. So even in that last rally, we will prove to them that we are the coalition that is ready to govern Kenya and that is prepared to be able to form the next government and to deal with the day-to-day issues on the economy, on governance that the Kenyan citizenry is now confronted with. I thank you. Questions?
Yeah. My name is Emmanuel from KTN News. One question. Kasarani is also cancelled for some peace meeting. Are you looking out for another venue because the other places will go to? Is that something on the table? And I looked at some of the documents that you are talking about that you booked the venue. What if the request you're making to Sports Kenya is not adhered to? What are you going to do?
The official campaign period ends on the 6th of August. And what is out there in the public domain, we have the ones who booked Nyeri Stadium. We have also had Azimio saying they have booked Nyeri Stadium. So is this issue of that they have booked for peace meetings, it's a big lie.
The format of the debate has been agreed to all the parties. So if Kenyans think we should allocate more time to the debates, we have no problem. If they want to move it to 2 hours, the better. 3 hours, the better. But you can even do 10 hours. But if the moderators are focused on talking about non-issues, it is pointless. Maybe even the 1 hour, 30 minutes would have been enough if the moderators are not talking about personalities and relationships that don't really matter to the people of Kenya. It is sad that after 1.5 hours of a debate being watched by millions in Kenya and across the world, nobody even had a proposal about what they're going to do about healthcare.
Meanwhile, Siaya Senator James Orengo has said that the Orange Democratic Movement will form a commission of inquiry to investigate Deputy President William Ruto and his close allies over alleged corrupt deals. Orengo at the same time called on the Deputy President and his allies to stop making President Uhuru Kenyatta their campaign agenda, adding that the outgoing president will not be on the ballot come August 9th. Orengo, who is the ODM flag bearer for the Siaya gubernatorial seat, called on Kenyans to turn out in large numbers to exercise their democratic right.
This is an election he cannot win. We have looked at all the areas where Ruto may have strength. There are about 10 counties only that he can have a fighting chance. The rest of the 37 counties in Kenya are going to vote for Raila Amolo Odinga. And what we are waiting for is a big turnout. But I must express my disappointment yesterday at the debate when the candidate, the running mate for Ruto, instead of talking about their manifesto and their mission, they were talking about Uhuru Kenyatta. Uhuru Kenyatta is not a candidate. Uhuru Kenyatta is not a candidate. Uhuru is not going to be on the ballot box or the ballot paper. The ballot paper is going to have the name of the two principal candidates, and the premier candidate is Raila Amolo Odinga.
And that is the Siaya gubernatorial aspirant James Orengo, of course, talking about the politics between Kenya Kwanza and Azimio la Umoja, of course, stating that Kenya Kwanza coalition has been using the name of the president to rather campaign for their, their team, that is Kenya Kwanza. Now, still on politics in the Azimio la Umoja campaign, and the Azimio la Umoja presidential running mate, Martha Karua, is currently addressing followers in Nyeri town constituency, Nyeri County. Karua earlier visited Mathira, Mukurweini, Tetu, and Othaya constituencies. Let's cross over there and have a listen.
Ukiona huyo mzee amenichagua, ujue nia yake ni ya kufanyia Wakenya kazi. Kwa hivyo weka imani yako kwa wale wako na imani tayari, na ni baba na Martha. Na ukichagua Martha, umechagua baba. Ukichagua baba, umechagua nani? Ni mbona tuhekura tiani? Ngotana idero. Wewe aliambe tutile kugayania kura. Kenya ni tikirete. Motivatu sonore atogogo tuifanye nikoto tena kinyanariki. Weka kura kwa mama na baba. Mimi najua iko ndugu yangu amepewa nyadhifa kama hii na pande ile nyingine. Ushini mwa maito diarega. Nombo Igathe kuri aciari. Wakumoshi wena kawira kana urara ni mwana uri kugutuma wira muna. Kure mwana wena hinya no gutuma na mutongia akagire mai. Na gwikana ndikega muno atire hinya ndugatuma kugira ndo. Hinya wako mwarĩrĩria tikioga hinya wĩra mara wa Karua na nĩkũĩ ũguo. Kwoguo wacira na kĩhoto mũrũ wa maitũ mũrĩ mũiga aneo kĩrĩa kĩngĩmũiganĩra no wĩra wa gũtindĩka bũrũri.
And that is Martha Karua of the Azimio la Umoja One Kenya Alliance. She is going to be, voted in the case that Azimio la Umoja One Kenya Alliance get elected into office. She'll be the deputy president. Of course, she is addressing residents of Nyeri town, pushing the agenda to get elected in office come August 9th. Meanwhile, the latest opinion poll by research firm Infortrak indicates that a big number of coastal residents is undecided on who to vote for in the August 9th election. The high number of undecided voters is especially evident in the Senatorial and Woman Representative seat and has been attributed to the candidates depending on mega presidential campaigns. The pollster indicates that Azimio la Umoja presidential candidate Raila Odinga has a commanding lead in all the 6 counties in the region. Take a look.
Kilifi County. How does the popularity of the candidates play? It's also still a tight race between Mungaro Maitha Gideon, who polls 32% to lead, followed by Katana Aisha Jumwa Karisa at 21%. There's a difference of 11% between the two of them. Then Kithi George of PA polled 9%. The rest are either 1 or 0.4, which is insignificant. If you look at this particular post, the undecided for Kilifi for gubernatorial post stands at 25%. For senatorial, how does it play? The current senator, Matzayo Shadrach, polls 24% popularity. His second follower is Alex Shukran, who polled 7%, and a tie with Chilumo Benjamin Kai at 7%. Again, they have relatively high of 59% undecided for that particular post. If you look for the gubernatorial, we are at 24. For this senatorial, we are at 59. A huge chunk of people have not made up their mind on which senator they will vote in. Women Rep, Mwanyanje Gertrude Mbeyu would have polled 17%, very low. but of course she's leading, followed by Baya Juliet Riziki at 9% and Fondo Christine Zawadi at 7%. The rest, Kombe Mary Luvano 2, Wesa Ocheng Maureen, all have 1%. Undecided for this post is also very high at 64%.
Now, from the coastal region, we shift focus to the western region, where Busia County gubernatorial candidate Moses Mulomi has gotten a blow after some of his DAP-K members shifted their support to his opponent Paul Otuoma of ODM party. Led by Martin Kafwa, chairman of DAP-K Busia County, the leaders have said that there is need for all parties under Azimio la Umoja to work together and support one strong candidate to win in the August 9 election. While receiving the leaders, Otuoma has assured them that they will work together, adding that the resolution will ensure Azimio la Umoja wins all the seats in Busia County.
Na siku ya leo ni siku kuu katika nyumba ya DAP kwa sababu tumeamua kama familia ya DAP kufanya pamoja ndani ya Azimio. Na sisi leo tumemkaribisha mheshimiwa mtarajiwa Governor Otuoma kufanya na yeye kazi katika Busia County.
Tumeamua siku hii leo vile tumeketi hapa kwamba tuwe na candidate mmoja ambaye ni wa Azimio, ambaye sisi wote tunaunga kwa ajili ya kuweza kunyakua hiki kiti cha ugavana katika county yetu ya Busia.
Kama wanachama wa DAP tumeamua kwa kauli moja kuwa tutatembea na mgombea wa ODM Daktari Paul Otuoma, na ndio maana tumesema tunashikilia baba Raila Amolo Odinga, na tukimtakia uongozi lazima pia kama nyumba ya Azimio tutembee pamoja na tuwe na kiongozi mmoja.
Tunataka ushindi wa Azimio, na sioni hapa Busia kama Kenya Kwanza, hata katika hizi viti za MCA sioni wakipata chochote.
Now, as days draw near to the August general election polls, leaders are on the high gear to consolidate votes from Kenyans. The Azimio la Umoja One Kenya Nairobi gubernatorial candidate under Jubilee ticket Polycarp Igathe has today met with the Muslim community on a vote hunt mission at Pumwani here in Nairobi City County. Among other leaders present was his deputy, Professor Philip Kaloki, ODM Secretary General Edwin Sifuna, who is eyeing the senatorial seat in the county, as they promised Muslims a share in the next government provided they clinch power.
Nusu ya serikali yetu itakuwa na watu wa dini yenu, na tayari mko kwa kampeni zetu, na tutatembea pamoja kabisa. Kwa hivyo sera yetu kubwa ni kustawisha jamii kwa kuhakikisha elimu na afya tumetengeneza, na hasa shida ya njaa ambayo imekithiri hapa Nairobi tumepigana nao. Wa pili, sera ni kuhakikisha kwamba tumeboresha uchumi.
Mheshimiwa Kaloki na Igathe, mimi kazi yangu ni kuwatafutia fedha, muweke maji katika misikiti ambavyo mmeombwa hapa. Muhakikishe kwamba kina mama hao wanainuliwa kibiashara na kimaisha. Tuwajengee nyumba za heshima za wao kuishi. Tujenge barabara hapa Nairobi. Tuchukue takataka, watu waishi katika mazingira ambayo ni ya kiheshima. Kwa hivyo mimi nimesema tofauti na seneta ambaye yuko sasa, Mheshimiwa Igathe, iwapo kazi itakushinda, mimi Sifuna si muoga bana. Mimi mwenyewe ndio nitaleta mswada wa kukuondoa iwapo kazi itakushinda.
Yenu ya kusumbuliwa wakati mnapata ile vitambulisho, mkipata passport, hiyo tutahakikisha inafanywa na njia ya heshima, kwa sababu nyinyi ni Wakenya, si hivyo?
Sisi tunaweza kukupatia hizo kura, lakini nataka tujue sisi tuko wapi na wewe. Nataka uangalie wakati ambao unatengeneza serikali yako, sababu we are 2.2 million registered voters in Nairobi. Out of that, if I can deliver 700, that is a third. A third of your government should be Muslims.
Igathe na Kaloki kuwa Waislamu tumeachwa sana, na sisi kukuja hapa ni kwa ajili tunajua in your government tutahusishwa, na tuko na maishu mingi zenye tunataka tukue
Now, from the story on Igathe's campaign trail in Nairobi County, we'll do a short break, but don't go too far. When we come back, we'll be having more news as well as some sports news, so stay tuned.
Despite being visually impaired, he is a jack of all trades. Here's our quest to find answers on how to take care of children with special needs and those with disability. You do not need to see musical notes to understand music, but rather to have your soul feel the vibe.
Actually, for us to make a wheelchair, we have to take measurements of the user.
After doing my assessment, I get to know the parent, I get to know the heaviness she's carrying. Disability comes at different stages of life.
How well do you know what's happening around you? Morning Cafe with heated political debates. Baraza la Siasa.
Hiyo kitu azungumzie, angalie hali ya maisha ya watu.
Informative health discussions. Business, farming. Tasty Wednesday, Fitness Thursday, and Feel Good Friday with amazing DJs, celebs,
waimbaji, kuna comedians, alafu kuna wajinga,
and music bands every Monday to Friday from 6 a.m. to 9 a.m. The next set of millionaires are farmers. As we know, agriculture has been and still is the backbone of our economy. As we traverse the different counties to meet different farmers, we ensure to get the story of how they started farming and even how they continue to penetrate the market and overcome the challenges.
In which Raila Odinga was in attendance. Led by Turkana Central Member of Parliament John Lodepe, the leaders have accused some politicians from the ODM and Jubilee parties in the county in connection with the violence in which some citizens were seriously injured.
Mbunge wa hapa tunasema ya kwamba yale mambo ambayo jana ODM na Jubilee walifanya haikuwa mzuri. Haikuwa mzuri kabisa, kwa sababu kuna watu wamepata hasara kubwa. Kuna wao mama mboga walimwaga mboga yao, waliharibu matunda yao, sasa biashara yao imeanguka. Ndio tunasema ya kwamba watu wangu wa Central mfungue maduka. Mambo yameenda jana, kuna usalama wa kutosha sasa, mtoe hofu ndani mwenu. Haya yalikuwa jana ni mambo ya ODM na Jubilee, lakini imeisha jana.
Kwa hivyo yale yalifanyika jana ni dalili kwamba lazima wataleta furugu wakati ya kura ambayo tutapiga tarehe 9 mwezi wa 8. Na tunaomba wakaji wa Turkana wale wanakaa hapa kwa sababu they are Kenyans, wafungue maduka, wafanye biashara kwa amani.
Jana hatujafurahia kabisa. Sisi tunaomba viongozi wenzetu kwamba ebu mfikirie mwananchi wa kawaida. Hata kama tunatafuta kura, kutafuta kura kwetu haitoshi kumwaga damu ya mtu yeyote. Ikifika mahali inabidi ati itagharimu uhai ya mwananchi wa Kenya, then afadhali uongozi na kura ikae. Sisi tunataka amani idumu lodwa hii, tunataka amani idumu wakati wa kura.
The National Council of Churches of Kenya, through its national delegates, has written an open letter to the election stakeholders, urging each participant and organization to play their role rightfully and within the parameters of law in making sure the polls are fair, credible, and peaceful, adding that elections should not bring hatred among citizens. Speaking during a national delegates meeting in Limuru, the church has called on the Electoral Commission to remain steadfast on its mandate and called for the security teams to act within the confines of their duties to keep the nation at peace regardless of the election outcome.
I urge you to remain impartial, standing only for justice and the rule of law. Exercise a humane approach when dealing with the tense situations or even riots, endeavoring to maintain peace while preserving lives. Remember that actions you take shall be subjected to the rule of law. Your life is very important to God and should not be destroyed on account of elections that come and go. Remember that we will continue to live together as neighbors after the elections. So do not destroy your home ground. Remain peaceful, regardless of the incitement or excitement that comes with elections. As the clergy, we recommend that we use our pulpits and other forums to 1, pass messages of peace and national cohesion. 2, educate our people on how and why they should participate in elections. 3, encourage all people to adhere to the law before, during, and after the elections. And 4, schedule Sunday, August 7 this year as a day of prayer. We are calling all Kenyans to prayer on August 7, 2022 for peaceful general elections.
Now, the challenges of getting enough teachers and moving for long distances in search of education among school-going children in Bohero Ganze constituency might soon be a thing of the past after the implementation of a better strategy to boost education sector in the region. Ganze Member of Parliament Teddy Mwambire says if Azimio coalition clinches power, more students will benefit under the Azimio government. According to a survey conducted by education stakeholders in the region in collaboration with Ganze lawmaker Teddy Mwambire, a big number of students have been forced to walk for more than 15 kilometers in search of education.
Katika eneo hili na hata pia kutoka katika maeneo mengine, kwa sababu kulingana na azimio la Mheshimiwa Teddy ni kwamba huu mradi utakuwa ni shule kubwa, shule ya mabweni baadaye ambayo itaweza kuweka wasichana walale hapa.
Tumejaribu kupunguza, lakini hii ambayo tunaweka shule za upili ambazo si za mseto, tunajaribu kuhakikisha kwamba pia kijinsia wanafunzi wanakuwa sawa sawa, wavulana na wasichana. Kuna shule nyingine ambazo pia tunaendelea kuzifungua na kuzianzisha ambazo ni za mseto, ambazo zinajaribu kuondoa ile dhana ya kwamba shule zinakuwa mbali zaidi, kwa sababu